Hello, everyone. I just got back from Tokyo not too long ago. I made myself some food. My phone was mostly dead, so I put it on the charger for a while. And then I started laundry. But other than that, it's been kind of chill. Someone outside just coughed like really, really loud. My food is still kind of hot. Today, the drink of the day is not grown up juice. It's like a little vitamin C drink, which I feel like never hurts because, especially if you take the train, people be coughing and sneezing. When I got home, I put my phone on the charger right away and then started making myself dinner and then started the laundry. So I feel like I start checking off tasks pretty much right away. I probably could have had something to eat in Tokyo. We ate in Yokohama for like brunch, but then I was like fairly full after that. And then also, I was drinking a lot of water because it's very hot and humid right now. And you just don't want to get a heat injury or like get dehydrated. So I was drinking water the whole time. So that also kind of made me not so hungry. But now that I'm home, I'm hungry. I made myself potatoes and mushrooms with pumpkin and green onions. That's what I'm eating. I honestly didn't make it look fancy at all. I just like, tossed everything together. I feel like I make things fancier when I'm making stuff for my husband, but usually for me, like I know what I like to eat, like potatoes. I love to eat potatoes, so I just like chop those out, put some salt on them, and pretty much start eating them. I'm hungry. Moxie, suspiciously quiet, and I know Moxie is down here, and she likes to like rummage through the kitchen. So something else I need to do is fix the bird feeder. I know I've been saying that, but it's dried out. The main thing I wanted to do is make sure it's dry. It's dried out, so I just need to like glue the hook back on it. But I don't think it's going to take long enough to make a video project out of it. Eating right now kind of reminds me of Falafel Brothers. I think it's called Falafel Brothers, which is a restaurant chain in Tokyo. And I was eating a hot dog there and it was making such a big mess. And I feel like right now I'm trying not to make a mess, but this is kind of a messy food. At least the wrap is. Hello, hello. I should have cut up the like chicken part first, but I didn't do that. So it's kind of an awkward wrap, but it's still good. It's just a little awkward to eat. The tortilla that I'm eating, it is like I don't know, it's from the Japanese grocery store, and I've noticed that like the tortillas here taste different than the ones that like I'm used to eating in the US. After this, I definitely need to go get my clothes from the laundry. So that's something I'm waiting on. But the coin laundry area where I took my clothes, it has like a wash and dry function. So that means the clothes can stay in the machine longer than usual because it washes and dries them, which is convenient. It saves me a trip to change them from one machine to the other. Some people just sit in the coin laundry and watch over the clothes, but usually I don't do that. I kind of made this like a little bit too spicy, which is not terrible, but it's like maybe just a tiny bit too much. I'm actually usually a slow eater, but I feel like I'm eating more slowly as I'm streaming. I don't know how people do like the mukbang videos where they just like have like food and food and food and food and they just eat and eat and eat. Like, I don't think I could do that. I just eat way too slowly. But maybe that works for some people. Like, they could strategically eat slower. I don't know. Tomorrow, I am planning on working on a video project, and I'm planning on wearing my yukata for the first time. I ordered some white um, tabi socks to go with my sandals or shoes. I don't know the official name for the shoes. But the for some reason my socks never came. and I got like a message from Amazon Japan saying like, "Oh, how did you like this product?" But I never got it. So, since Amazon never delivered the socks, I think I'm just gonna wear it with tan ones, but I think technically it should be worn with white. I saw a lady in Kamakura wearing her outfit with like no socks at all. So I don't know like what the social rules are for that in the summer. I'm not sure on that either. But I want to give it a try, so we shall see. I watched several tutorials and I found like a how to. I want to say it's like wiki how to, but I don't know if it's them or not. It's like a how to thing on like how to wear a yukata. So I'm gonna try and follow that. And like I've worn yukata before at onsen, but never for like an event. So fingers crossed I can tie the obi. That's the only thing I'm worried about. For some reason, there's like a spot within my food where all the seasoning ended up piling out. So now I'm like trying to mix it because I don't know why all the seasoning is in one place. I was saying how much easier it is now that I have StreamYard to try and like manage streaming on multiple different platforms. It just makes my life so much easier. I'm periodically listening to hear if I can hear footsteps in the kitchen because Moxie sometimes she'll be rummaging in there. I was gonna say I think this is the first time I ever streamed eating, but I don't think so. Because I think one time I got a bunch of different Japanese snacks and I tried those. But the thing is, that was tricky because like I didn't want to get so many that like I wouldn't be able to eat them afterwards, especially like if I didn't like them. Because I was trying stuff I had never tried before. But it was a fun stream to create. I will give it that. I think the last 3 or 4 streams, Loki hasn't really made a big appearance. Um, but sometimes people ask about him. So he's with me right now, but he's just like laying on the floor napping. I think he's enjoying the fact that I have the window open. So he's getting like a breeze. It's been hot, honestly. I know I keep turning this as I'm eating it, but it's because I'm trying to get like an even bite. Because I don't want it to be all bread or all like vegan chicken. I feel like there's certain things I do when I eat that are like maybe a little bit random. Like I think ketchup goes on pretty much everything, and I refuse to eat sweet foods and savory foods together. It's one or the other. And once I eat a sweet food while I'm eating like a meal or something, yeah, I'm pretty much done with the food part of the meal. My mind just goes straight to dessert. I ran out of my little vitamin drink. I'm done with that, so good old water. I'm telling you, it's been hot today, so drinking all the water I can. I think maybe before coming to Japan, I didn't really notice like how many different types of mushrooms there are. But these ones right here are called enoki mushrooms, and there's so many other kinds. Some I don't even know the names of that are like popular at the grocery store. And like in the States, um, yeah, I'm used to like portobello mushrooms or like the little button mushroom type things. They like you put on pizza. But here there's so many different like options, choices, types of mushrooms. I got super hungry when I came back from Tokyo, so I made food. That's what I'm doing if you're just joining. I'm eating. This is kind of an odd angle too, because the plate is like too high. Slowly but surely, I pretty much finished all of my food. I keep hearing a tapping in the kitchen, but I don't think it's Moxie after all. I think it's the wind. Just because I'm eating something messy. Man, I feel better after eating. I think I want to stream for at least an hour because it takes a little while for my laundry to finish. So since I have to wait that long anyways, I think I'm just gonna use the time streaming and use the time wisely. And I can't stream at the laundromat because they have very, very bad signal there. I don't know why. It's like the building itself blocks phone service or Wi-Fi. It's bad. Like it's a good laundromat, but like to be able to stream or create content, it's probably a no-go in there. So we'll just hang out here. I think this is easier. Other than the fact it's just a tad warm. But I think that comes with summer. You can't complain about it being hot during summertime, I guess, because it is the whole point. But it's hot. We went to where did we go? We went to Yokohama. We went to Harajuku. We went to Shinjuku, and we went to Ginza, and then we came home. And this has been a while since I've walked that much, and I feel like my feet were starting to feel a little bit sore. And if you've been to Tokyo or like Japan in general before, you know that there's tons of stairs, especially at train stations. Sometimes like pretty much the only way to enter um is stairs. Although a lot of them have escalators too. Not escalators, elevators. A lot of them have elevators, but you'd have to know where the elevator access point is. It might be a little bit easier if you could just take the stairs. Um but like if you have for whatever reason you have the inability to use the stairs, I think most of them have elevators, and then the stations usually have like staff that have like um it's like a fold out ramp thing that they put out. So like if you use a wheelchair or like I don't know, maybe a mobility scooter. I don't see a lot of those in Japan, but like some sort of like um mobility device, it will make it a little bit easier for you to get on the train because usually there's a slight gap between the train itself and the platform. So they use like a little mat thing to eliminate the gap, so you can board more easily and safely. And the first time I ever saw that was like on, I want to say Facebook or something. And I thought it wasn't real because I'd never seen it. But then lo and behold, as I started to take the train a lot more, I have been seeing that more often that they do have like some like accessibility tools or ways to help people that need that sort of thing. Anyways, taking the stairs is kind of like a frequent occurrence. And some stations, like there's a station that's by my house where it's like it has an escalator to go up, but it doesn't have an escalator that goes down. It only has an elevator. And I don't think most people use elevator. Like I think everybody knows it's there, but they don't. I've never really seen anyone um except for somebody who might need it, because it would be difficult for them to use the stairs, use the elevator. So Yeah, Japan has lots of stairs. So between the stairs and then the walking and going to different cities, we walked from Harajuku to Shinjuku, and then after we got to Shinjuku, we took the train from Shinjuku to Ginza. But when we got to Ginza, I walked a little bit more because I wanted to like walk around and stream. But StreamYard, I don't know how to like flip the camera. I don't know if there's a way that I can do that. It says layout. Oh, this is like for guest or something, I think. Ragus was trying to explain. Ragus is one of my YouTube friends here. Was trying to explain how it works, but um he kind of got cut off because I had to end the stream because we had to head out. But actually, now that I think of it, I can probably play around with some of the functionalities. I've never actually tried the different functions that are here. What is this? Oh, that's cool. This is default. What is the difference between this and this? Oh, I guess it just moves the name. I don't think that makes a big difference. Um, what else can we change? We can change the color from blue to purple or red, pink, green. The blue is okay. I'm fine with blue. I think I can change the actual like image that pops up. Which is cool. Like how it says Ikigai Travelers. It depends on I think if you're on a vertical format watching this or if you're on like an actual computer or TV. Because I think you can see the little icon if you're on a TV or computer, but I don't know about a smartphone. Um, I don't know what that did. I was supposed to be able to add a background, but it didn't work. This is like the first time I've tried to play with this sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know what that was for. It says I can turn on music. But I don't think I want to do that because I feel like if I turn it on and I can't turn it off, that is going to be frustrating. Yesterday, it took me about 2 hours, we'll say an hour and 30 minutes, to get the pre-recorded stream set up because I had to compile the clips and then I went to upload everything and I had to change the format and what else? The time. I was confused by the time because it said what did it say? GMT time +9. And I was like, what is that? But apparently I asked my good old friend ChatGPT, and apparently that is what time it is in Japan. So I didn't have to adjust for the time, but I thought I did because usually I do. Like on YouTube, I'm pretty sure I have to adjust the time a little bit. I should check that, but I think I do. So yeah, I think those are the main things I can play with right now without like ending the stream or like messing it up. Um some of them are more interesting than others. But it might be something fun to learn to do. My friend was telling me that I can set up where I have a guest, which if it is true and I can like actually pull you guys into the stream, That would be fun. That would be really fun. So, I think this is gonna give us a lot more options for content and just for streaming in general. Man, after eating and then drinking some water, I'm like actually really feeling the effects of the heat. What are you doing? Here comes my cat. He's like halfway under the table, halfway out. What are you doing? Their litter box broke. Um, yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I did my best to like clean it out, to do like the reset functions on it. They have the Litter Robot 3, and I want to say the litter robot that they have is probably over 3 years old. So I think it held up pretty well, but it's starting to get old. It has survived three different moves at this point, and the cat's using it pretty much daily. So yeah, maybe it's time to get them a new litter robot. So that might be something that we need to do. I don't mind if you rub on my head, but don't lick it. I haven't really seen him all day, so I feel like we have a love-hate relationship, me and Loki, because like sometimes he drives me absolutely bonkers, but he's such a sweet cat you can't really stay mad at him. How Loki? Because he'll be the one that like goes in the closet where my like equipment is. I don't leave the closet open, for the record, because of this. So like when I first got my YouTube set up in the closet, I thought it was safe to leave the closet door open. And then I came back and like the cats were like playing on my desk, and I've got my computer up there, I've got my monitor up there, and I'm just like, it's not worth it. Um but yeah, he'll be like one of the main ones, like on top of my desk or knocking my keyboard down. It's just menace type behavior. You're in such a good mood. The stream is quiet, so I'm just gonna play with Loki for a second because I feel like he's trying to be played with. What you doing? Let me see. Let me see. I think he thinks it's playtime. It's not playtime. Let me see. Is your eye bothering you? No, not that eye. The other one. Look at me. Let me see. I think he got something in his eye. I feel like if there's any dust or anything going on, Loki's the first one to be affected by it. They're gonna like, let me get up. Trying to get up gracefully with this outfit is not an easy task at all. Let me see. You're acting like something's in your eye. Can I see your eye? Hold still. Let me see. Do you get something in your eye? Hopefully I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go through this way. Oh man. Loki, guard the stream. I want to get totally comfortable, but I can't get too relaxed, like take a nap or something, because I still need to go get my clothes from the laundry. So that's part of why I'm even hanging out, because I know I need to stay awake. Because I gotta go get my stuff out of the dryer. If you're just joining, hello, hello. Are you itchy? I haven't seen my cat for most of the day because we were in Tokyo for a couple hours, so I guess he's decided to hang out. Huh. Have you? Say hello. I feel like he's the only one of our pets that ever had an interest in the camera. Because anytime I get the camera out, he comes straight over to like see what's going on. But everybody else, like Moxie, I don't even know where she went. I'm not gonna chase you over there. You have to stay over here if you want me to pet you. Mm-mm. What I need is one of those like necklace fans. I started seeing those like being popular here in Japan last summer, and then this summer they're back. And I feel like I could really use one of those right now. You have itchy shoulder blades? I can tell they're itchy. I guess that's one spot that's difficult for cats to reach is their shoulder blades. Please don't knock the live stream over. You're getting dangerously close. Like you're getting very close to knocking it over. Was that Moxie? Moxie! His tail is literally resting against the camera. Moxie! I can hear her complaining in the room. There she is. Come here, Moxie. There she is. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. No one is chasing you, Moxie. Loki, back away. You're gonna knock down the camera. It would not be the first time. It definitely wouldn't be the first time. Okay, let's move to the couch. Let's move to the couch. How's that? We can move over here. What are you doing? I should get his brush and brush him. I brushed him last weekend and I made like a huge pile of cat hair. But as I'm petting him, I can see like the shed hairs. Do you want me to get your brush? You're getting cat hair all over my dress. That seems like a yes. Where's your brush? Where's your brush? Loki, I don't know what happened to your brush. I don't know what happened to the brush, but I do have the cat massager. You want me to use the cat massager? Come here. I think he might get scared of it. Come here so I can. Loki, you're gonna knock down the live stream. Come here. I knew he's gonna get scared of the. Come here. You just remember you just put it on your head and it massages. He's unsure about the cat massager. To be completely honest. Yeah, you come here, then I can use it. You guys can't see him, but I think he's decided he likes it. Yeah, we got a cat massager a while ago. My husband found it. And we haven't used it in a little while. I don't know where their brush is right now. They have a de-shedder upstairs, but I'm not going to go all the way up there. But he seems to love the cat massager now that he's not afraid of it. You have to hold still, then it will massage you. I wish I could pivot the camera because it's kind of hilarious. He actually seems to love it now that he's realized that it's not gonna chase him. He's afraid of like the vacuum cleaner and like most like appliances and stuff. So I'm gonna try and get him to move over so that he's visible. Loki, can you come over here? Right here. Like, no, that's you. Hey, can you come here? I think I have to scoot him over. He's not getting it. You want to scoot over so I can use the cat massager? You have to come forward so everyone can see. Do you want to move forward? No? Why are you such a big cat? Yeah, you have to come here because everyone cannot see you. Do you want to be my assistant? Here. Remember, we are not afraid of it. He just immediately runs away. You gotta kind of hold still so it can get. Ah! Okay. There you go. Unsure again. There we go. He seems like he likes the shoulder massages the best because he's going like that with his hands, his paws. Oh, and now it made you itchy. You gotta hold still so it can get you. Don't knock over the live stream. He's like picking literally every spot where he can't be seen. Moxie, like, she's kind of like so with it. Like, I don't think she's as afraid of it, but she's like more really. Loki, like, once he gets past the fact that it makes noise, then he's fine with it. But he also doesn't want to sit still at the moment. You want more massage? Yes? No. Just laying on the couch. Let me see your shoulder. Let me see your shoulder. No? He's like, nope, no more massage. Because he keeps acting like he's about to get up. And I don't want to make him get up. But he was happy before. Oh, Loki. He's just laying on the table now. Bing, bing, bing. This has turned into hang out with my cat. As opposed to I guess a regular live stream. Ooh. See, that's what the cat massager is for. So I don't have to scratch your head. The cat massager can scratch your head. No? Oh well. You tried. You're gonna fall off the table. Moxie! Everybody's in here. I don't understand why she does that. Like, she'll go in the other room and then realize that nobody's in there and then start complaining. Girl, Moxie! I don't even know where she went. I think after I get my clothes, I am going to after I get my clothes, I'm going to glue the bird feeder. What was that? Look, you're really making me want to take a nap. Oh. Front row. Yep. Knocked down the camera. Again. I'm surprised he didn't run away because he kind of scared himself. Now, where are you going? That reminds me, I need to book them a boarding reservation. Because anytime we travel and it's like crazy weather, we don't like to like leave them. Because like right now it's hot, but like we can like leave the AC on or leave the fan on or come check on them or whatever. But like if we have to go for a little while, they gotta stay at the pet hotel. Yep. I feel like he's way too big to sit on the table. But he's sitting there nonetheless. Well, we are almost at 1 hour, which was the plan. The plan was to go for 1 hour, which is approximately enough time for my clothes to complete both the wash and dry cycle at the coin laundry that I took them to. But if anybody has something they want to say, now would be a good time. I think I can even bring you up as a guest if you volunteer. But you would be the first guest because I've never had the option to do that before. This is the first time I have the option to do that. And if not, I guess we can just hang out for a little bit longer. Maybe see if I can convince Loki to go for another massage. You want another massage? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Loki, you want to try another massage? Come here. Look, he don't massage you. He said, absolutely not. No thanks. Oh well. He likes his shoulders so far, but like everything else, he's iffy about. And I'm starting to think because I can hear Moxie in the background, like making like little sounds, and I think that she's in fact not frustrated that she's in a different room. I honestly think she found a moth or something, and that's what she is like making noise about. I probably should check. Let me see. We're going on a little field trip. Oh, I don't know what that was. Moxie. Only reason why I want to check is to make sure she didn't find a centipede or something. Because Moxie will chase anything. But she's fine. She's just happily laying in the bathroom because the bathroom is one of the coolest parts of the house, and Moxie has some long, luxurious fur that is more suited for wintertime. We're thinking about getting her groomed and getting her like a little lion cut or something, but I need to find a salon or groomer that does like cats. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear her or not, but she's like in the other room making like a bunch of weird sounds. So that's why I wanted to check on her. And even though I just brushed both of them out last weekend, I think I'm gonna do it again because I have like I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see it or not? I feel like it's not visible in the stream. Maybe from this angle, kind of. I have like cat hair all over my arm, and I think maybe that's a sign they need to be brushed out again. So I'll have to find their other brush. They have two different like brushes that I use. I have one that just like collects all the fur, and then you press a button and it like kind of like makes it into like a little fur circle. And then the other one is it's like more of like it rakes through the hair and then just like catches the ones that are about to shed out and takes them off. It doesn't hurt the cats. Loki actually really, really loves being brushed, but Moxie doesn't. I think Moxie doesn't like it as much because she has longer fur, and her fur is like slightly wavy, curly on some spots. So maybe she's more likely to get tangles, in which case it's probably not as enjoyable for her, but they usually don't mind being brushed too much. So that's going to be another activity I need to do. But honestly, at this point, I'm mostly feeling a little tired. So once I get the laundry from the laundromat, I'm probably going to start winding down. And I think maybe the last thing I do is going to be maybe brush them a little bit and then re-glue the bird feeder. Because it needs to go where it was meant to go in the first place. I've been experimenting with feeding the birds like on the ground so they get used to like the feeder and they know it's not a threat. And I also experimented with giving them the bird seed that I got. So all of that's gone really well. But the problem is that if they're like outside on the patio area, they make a very big mess. So I think it's going to be easier if they're kind of like raised up, and hopefully that diminishes the mess a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm genuinely starting to get tired. It's the heat though, because I feel like the heat will sneak up on you in Japan. And like I told my husband when we first moved out here that since I'm used to living places that are hot, I'm not really worried about the summers here in Japan because like I'm familiar with like warmer climates. But the thing is in Japan, it's not like your standard like garden variety heat. It's like hot, but it's also extremely humid. And so even if it's like 80 something degrees outside, if the humidity is like at 80% too, it's easy to get dehydrated. I think this year in Japan, there's already been some heat related fatalities, and this is still fairly early in the summer. So I think it's very, very important to be careful. It's Chips! What's up? How are you doing? I wasn't even planning to stay much longer, but I think I'll hang out for a little bit since you logged in. I streamed a little bit earlier when I was in Tokyo, but it was an impromptu stream. So it was kind of like between stops while we're in Tokyo, so I didn't really have that much time. So I thought I would hop back on and stream for a little while. I am good, but I am definitely feeling tired because we walked all over the city. We went to Yokohama and we got brunch at this restaurant that we like to go to there. And then we were like, oh, okay, let's go to Tokyo. So we went to Harajuku first. And then from Harajuku, we went to Shinjuku on foot. We walked the whole time. And then we took the train to Ginza and then went home. When did I do the telescope? Maybe 5 hours ago? It was a while ago. Because we live about 2 hours away from like any popular area in Tokyo. So if you like subtract the train time and then however much time that I've been home and all of that, I think it was maybe closer to 5 hours ago. But the thing is, like, I didn't stream for that long because we did like a quick stop for ramen, but ramen is not my thing. So while the ramen stop was happening, I went and explored and strained for a little bit, but only for like maybe 20 minutes. It wasn't that long. So then I was like, okay, whenever I get home, I'm going to strain for a little bit longer. And then I'm hoping, I don't know if I'll stream or not. I'm hoping I can get in a stream tomorrow, at least a short one, because I'm planning on, I have a yukata, which is like the traditional clothing that's worn here, not the kimono, which is more formal, but the yukata is like a little bit more casual and it's like worn during the summer, if I understand them right. So I have a yukata. I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. But it's gonna be my first time wearing it, so I'm probably gonna stream a little bit the finished look. The only thing I'm worried about is tying the belt, because I've kind of worn a like very casual yukata before at like hotels and onsen, so I kind of have an idea of like how to wear it, but I've never actually tied the belt and like made it pretty before. Yeah, there's an event going on and my friend invited me to that, so I'm thinking it might be a good time to wear it and to practice, because I also want to wear it for some like firework festivals in the summer, but I want to practice. I got attacked by mosquitoes, so like that's why I keep rubbing my arms and legs, because between the like not this week. This week is the first week it's been super hot, but I want to say like the last week and the week before it's been very rainy, and then with the heat we have really bad mosquitoes. But not in our house at this point, because um when the summer first started, we realized that screens don't 100% keep them out. So we got like a mosquito. It's like have you seen Glade, where you like plug it into the wall and it like makes the room smell good? This one you plug it into the wall and it keeps mosquitoes away. So we have that, and that has helped with the mosquitoes a lot. Mozzies. I gotta remember. Honestly, I can't stand any like critter that bites. I just can't. And in general, for most animals and like different creatures, like I'm cool with them as long as they're in their natural habitat, like if they're whatever. But I saw like an article for an American newspaper that recently someone in the US had a cicada. Do you guys have cicadas in Australia? I would think so, but like I've never heard of someone talk about cicadas in Australia. But I feel like they're pretty common. I don't know. They're like these insects that live in trees, and like during the summer they like make this like wee sound. Like, I mean, there's different types of them. They make different sounds, but anyways, cicadas are like very flighty. Like when you scare them, they just like zip around, and last summer I noticed that they can like spit water or like emit some type of liquid. So they're pretty, but until they get agitated. No, not crickets. This is a different bug. It's cicada. Yeah, this is a completely different creature. Not crickets. These ones like live in trees and they can fly. But yeah, I guess one of the cicadas got in somebody's car in the US and they crashed their car because of it. But like when they get startled, they make like this like they don't look like crickets at all. Like the commonality is like the like chirping, I guess, but they they almost look like, you know how like the ancient Egyptians had like jewelry that had like bugs and stuff like on them as like part of the design, or like winged creatures. They look like something that would be like part of like a Egyptian jewelry piece, kind of. Like they're actually kind of pretty bugs. Like their body itself is like maybe like that. And they're kind of like chubby, like chunky bugs, and they have like big old eyes, and then they have like their wings are like kind of heart shaped. I think for bugs, they're actually good looking bugs, but like when they fly, they're, due to their size and the fact that they fly quite fast and then they screech. Um, yeah, I think if one of them got into my car, I would be really struggling to drive carefully anymore. I'd have to pull over. I think I would just pull over and stop the car. The same with wasps. I feel like bees are less, I would be less nervous about a bee, but I feel like wasps are just like more touchy. Uh, I think technically we have cicadas, but that's a lot. Yeah, I mean they like trees. They like trees. So usually you will find them in areas that have a lot of trees, and they usually land on the like trunk of the tree, and they don't bother anybody. They just sit there and sing because they're trying to like, find a mate or whatever. Um they don't really bother you, but if you walk past where they are, they'll stop screeching, kind of like crickets. But if you like shake the tree or like bump into the tree where they are or whatever, then they scream and then fly up. So I think that's like the sketchy thing about them. But I like most critters if they're like out in their own habitat. The cockatoos would probably make a good meal of them. Probably. I honestly don't know that much about them. Like, I don't know what they eat, and I don't know what eats them. If I recall, they live for like 10 years or something like that. And like they spend like I don't know, 70 to like 80% of their life as like a larvae or whatever. And then they only live for like a couple weeks as an adult or something. Don't quote me on that though. I really don't know that much about cicadas. But I thought it was interesting that someone got scared enough or startled enough by one to like actually crash their car. Yeah. Yeah. Anytime they get in the house, the cats here are always like chasing them around. Um I don't think we've gotten one in the house in a while, but the cats would definitely try and chase them. The cicadas, centipedes, and spiders. We get a lot of bugs in Japan, which is why you always have to make sure that you keep the windows and doors closed. I actually don't know how some of them get into the house, because I know when we used to live in Yamaguchi Prefecture, one of my um, one of my coworkers got bitten by one. Like it came into the house somehow and it like bit them like while they were sleeping. Um the cicada was trying to make a meal with the driver. I don't know, but I think the state police told people to like start or not state police, the city police told people in that area to drive with their windows shut. Oh yes, geckos too. Geckos, I think geckos are very, very cute. I actually think they're adorable, but they kind of freak me out. like their skin, like it's kind of like translucent, and they look kind of like soft and squishy, and they can like run up the walls. They kind of freak me out. But at the same time, I think they're really cute. Like I just like when they're like outdoors. I can hear my cat making noises again. But we actually get huge spiders. And if I can find the photo of it, I will post it on YouTube on the community tab. I don't know if I can post it on X and Twitch, but if I can post it there, I'll post it too. But there was a huge spider, like that big, and it was in my car, and I was gonna get into the car, but I opened the door, and the crazy thing is, like, it wasn't on the seat or just like running around in the car. It was like when I opened the door, it was like it's like in the slope of the door. So like it's like between the, you know how like when you shut the door, it's not completely closed, like there's a crack there. So like when I open the door in that little slope of the door, the inner door, there's like a giant spider in there. And I don't know if he could have migrated from that little area where he was to running around the car. But that is something I really wouldn't like. We also used to, not anymore, but when we first moved here, we used to see some cats that would just like some stray cats that would just like wander around the neighborhood. And there was one that liked to sit on cars, especially like in the winter time, which I think is really dangerous because I've heard of cats getting hurt like that. So when it's cold, I usually try and check and make sure that there's no cats warming themselves on the car, because we actually have a lot of cats in this like area, not like house cats, but like either stray cats or cats that just like people, the owner lets it go outside, because I can think of like maybe 7 different ones that wander around within the main community area over here. So that's something else we have to check out for. I actually used to think, I'm gonna slide off the couch because it's getting a little uncomfortable. I actually used to think that Japan didn't have like a lot of like wildlife, like critters that would get in the roads and stuff like that. But I've seen some really random animals out here since we moved into this area. We've got a stray possum that torments the neighborhood dogs every night by climbing over people's fences or raiding the trash or both. I've heard that they pack a mean bite, opossums. But I don't think I've ever seen one in the wild. No, I don't think I've ever seen one. What have I seen here in Japan? In Japan, I've seen like a little mink thing or weasel. I've seen monkeys. I've seen foxes. I've seen tanukis. I've seen snakes. Those are like the main things I've seen out here. Quail. We have some quail that live here, running on fences and hissing under houses and jumping on metal roofs. Oh, that possum sounds like a regular menace, to be completely honest. I'm kind of glad we don't have that kind of neighborhood visitor over here. I think probably the most obnoxious animals here are the crows. And the crows are interesting. They're fun to watch, but they can be a really big nuisance because in Japan, typically they have you sort out the trash. So like today's Thursday. Thursday is like banana peels, rotten eggs, paper towels, you know, pet waste, whatever, you know? And then maybe Tuesday is cardboard boxes, cans, and glass bottles, you know? Like they separate the trash out. But here in this area, it's Monday and Thursday where people can throw out food waste. And when you take out your trash, there's not like a big dumpster, and it's not like in a trash. In the States, we had like the trash goes into like this giant cart thing and you just roll it out and the bags are inside of that. And then when the trash truck comes, it actually grabs the dumpster and then tips it into the truck. So it's almost hands-free, I think, for the garbage team. But here in Japan, it's like you actually put the bags of waste out. And then the trash truck is usually 2 people working as a team. Yes, wheelie bins. I don't know if that's what they call them in the US, but exactly, wheelie bins. Here we don't have that. So we just actually take the physical bag out. We don't put it inside of like a bin. And then we put it inside of like, it's like a little, it almost looks like a dog kennel or something. Like it's like a, but like animal control kennel, like when they're like capturing like a stray dog to take it to the shelter. It's like a metal setup, and then you like lift the lid and you put the trash in there. And then to keep the crows and the birds and the critters out, they have like a net that you put on top of that. So the point of all of this is that sometimes people forget to either secure the net, or they forget to put the net at all, or whatever they did to secure the net is not good enough. And the crows are very, very smart. So the crows know when the trash is going out, and they know when the stuff that they want to eat is going out. And so they'll fly over and then pull on the nets, or like they'll go to the bottom of the crate thing and they'll find a hole in that and they'll peck at the bag so they can get an opening and they can get somebody's leftover McDonald's or whatever it is, cheeseburger, or I don't know, old pasta or whatever, and they'll get it and they'll open the bag and they'll strew it all over the street. So by the time the trash people come, there's toilet paper, there's like old paper towels, there's, I don't know, Kleenexes, old rotten eggs, just everything scattered around, old beans, everything. Yeah, just strewn out in the street. And so then they have to clean that up. So the goal is, if you have something that the crows are really going to want, you should double bag and make sure that you put the net on the thing correctly, or the crows will get into it. Actually, there's one area that's like not too far from here where I've seen it. Like, remember I just described the setup for the trash thing, right? So it's kind of like the crate looking thing with the net on top of it. And there's one that's not far from us where they put a dummy, it's not a real crow, a fake crow. It looks like a crow, it looks just like a crow. And they put it on a string and they hung it upside down like it's dead. Or like, have you ever seen where, like, this is kind of mean, but like, have you ever seen like videos where somebody will have like a stuffed animal, and like, let's say like this is like my plate, right? And then like my cat just keeps trying to like lick my plate, right? So instead of like letting the cat keep on licking the plate, what I'll do is, like, I don't do this, I'm just saying this is an example that people would do. They would get like a stuffed animal and then they would show the cat. The cat's like, no, 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 no. Then they get a stuffed animal and they'll be like, bah, bah, bah. And then they'll like show the cat, and then the cat's just like, oh, never mind. Or like they'll show the dog and the dog's like, never mind. I've seen some people do that. It was like a trend on social media a while ago. So I think the whole point of this concept is to keep the crows away. Like, hey, you don't want to be like that crow over there. Like, he tried to eat from the trash and look, he's hung upside down. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. It was like a trend for a while. And so I think that's what they're trying to do, is like scare the crows off. Like, don't eat from this one or you're gonna end up hung upside down dead. I don't know how well it's working out for them, but yeah, the crows are probably the most problematic animals out here. Sometimes the stray cats can be a little bit frustrating because like they will bicker with each other and it'll be like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning and you'll hear like this blood curdling scream and it's because they're fighting with each other. But for the most part, I feel like the critters are not too bad, except for the bugs. Here, the crows peck at the clotheslines, and people hang up toy snakes to try to scare them. Does that work? I'm curious. I've heard that crows are hyper intelligent though, and like if you do something to a crow, the crow will remember and the crow will like tell, I don't know how they communicate with each other, but the crow will like allegedly tell other crows, and then like you will have like, I don't know, the crow mafia after you for years after. Because there was this study done, and it was like I guess like a researcher wore like a mask and he like started chasing the crows and like picking on them, and then for years afterwards, anytime someone else wore the same mask, the crows would like dive bomb them and attack them. And I've heard of the reverse too, where like crows like pick somebody that they like and continually do kind things for them. Like there's a story that I heard where it's like a mother and daughter were always feeding the crows, and then the crows started bringing them gifts, like little shiny things they found on the ground or like random stuff. And I guess the mother lost the lens for her camera. It like fell while she was out doing photography, and then the crow returned it allegedly. Like I haven't like dug deep into these stories and like fact check them, but I've heard enough similar stories to kind of believe that if somebody repeatedly went outside and like harassed the crows for stealing the trash, the crows might like just decide to dive bomb their house. So it'd have to be something discreet, I think. Because I would hate to be the person that like pissed off a whole bunch of crows and like had them like following me around for, I think it was 17 years that they held the grudge. I would hate that. Speaking of animals, the bird feeder that we spent so long making over on YouTube, it did fall from the upstairs of the house during like a really stormy day. So I've let it dry out. So tonight I'm going to like glue it and reset the hook on it so that it can hang on the house. In the meantime, I've been testing to see if like I can get the sparrows to like interact with it and become more comfortable eating over here. And it seems like it's working. So we're definitely seeing a lot more sparrows. The only thing is they're kind of like making some poops on our patio, so I gotta be mindful of that to make sure I clean it up. But it's fun to see them. And at this point, they're becoming more and more bold because we're not chasing them. So, like, if they see us come home, they'll be like, unless we walk over to where they are. But the crows out here, absolutely. The other day I put usually I give them seeds because I think seeds are probably the most healthy thing for birds to eat. And I looked up what they eat, and it's like mainly like insects and millet and something else. And the bird seed that I have is like mixed. It's like a mixture of different seeds. I put out bread the other day as a treat. Because I don't want the bread to go bad, and I have some, and I know we're not going to finish all of it. So I put the bread out for them, and I could hear them. So like the bread I put downstairs on the patio, and I could hear them upstairs while I'm editing videos, and I can tell they're fighting over the bread. I don't know. The cicadas are like, I don't know, half their size, a third of their size. The cicadas are almost as big as the sparrows. So if I saw a sparrow take down a cicada, I would be like, dang, like he must have a big family. Like he's really trying to like go all out. Like, you know what I mean? Because like I just think I don't know. I'm sure sparrows see the world differently. Maybe they know what they can and cannot attack, but the cicadas get pretty big out here. And the sparrows are like pretty small, so it's also swallow season. So I've been seeing a lot of barn swallows out here, and it seems like the barn swallows know that if they make a nest at the convenience store, they're going to be set for life. So I've seen a lot of them making nests at convenience stores. And I think our neighbors might have a nest on their patio. I would love for some swallows to move over here, but I made the feeder itself for the sparrows particularly, especially because I heard the sparrows numbers are kind of declining, and that sparrows are really good for like crops and stuff like that. Like they eat a lot of pests. So we have garden, like a small garden over here, and our neighbor grows plants. So I think it'll be nice to keep them around. Videos of seagulls stealing sandwiches from shops. Yes, I've seen that. I have seen that happen. Not here though. Here in Japan, when it comes to stealing food, I think the most problematic animal is, I want to say in Japanese they're called tombikata, and I think in English they're called black kites. They're basically like hawks, like seahawks. And like the ones here, like they don't care. Like if they see you with like something that they want, like they see you with meat or something, they will dive bomb and steal it from your hand. They don't care. you, saw, you saw it look both ways. It's probably a smart one. That's funny. I actually, when it comes to roads and stuff, I haven't seen very many like roadkill in Japan. Like it's pretty rare. I don't know if it's cuz I don't know if it's cuz people tend to drive more slowly here or with more caution, or if it's because like the city departments are like very diligent in making sure that they clean it up right away. But I really haven't really seen a lot of roadkill out here. I feel like typically speaking, I don't see that. I think the two times that I can think of have both been squirrels. And the squirrels here are very interesting. Like the squirrels here, like where I live, they growl at you if you get too close to them. But I've never seen one come close to getting hit by a car, so I don't know how that would have happened. I think maybe the one animal here that I would like to see. Hold on, pause. I feel like you just short circuited my brain. You've never seen a squirrel? Really? You know what? I'm probably gonna be going to sleep tonight and like lean over to my husband and be like, you know, it's Chip said she's never seen a squirrel before. That's wild. Oh, that's crazy. Um, in when I lived in Arizona, I didn't see them so often because it's so hot. We mainly had ground squirrels. I don't know if there's another name for them. Not gophers, because gophers are like the like bigger, fatter ones, and these are like literally like squirrels, but they live in the ground and they have like very little fur on their tails. And then northern Arizona had like the full-size squirrels. And then California has squirrels. But I think the ones that I've seen, Texas has squirrels too. Like those are like the main places that I've spent like prolonged time living in or staying in my life in the US, although I've been to different states. But I think most states in the US have squirrels. Um, but I think the squirrels in the US so far, have been more chill than the squirrels here. Because in the US, I've never seen a squirrel be like, "Rawr," like growl at you, like whenever you get too close. But these like growl, and then like if you don't go away, they kind of like make a barking type sound. I tried to describe it to my friend, and she was like, "What are you talking about?" So then I tried to like go out and catch the squirrel doing it, but it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Because first you gotta find a squirrel, and then you gotta find one that's irritated, but not irritated enough to run away, that wants to like sit there and like exchange harsh words. And you have to have some sort of equipment that's like ready to record it. So it's a lot. I'd have to, go on a quest to record this behavior. But the fact that you say you haven't really seen squirrels, it kind of makes me want to undertake the mission, because the squirrels here are very, very interesting. Like I just think they're more aggressive than any squirrel I've ever seen before. But I think northern Japan has some really cute like snow squirrels. I've seen some videos of them. I think they're flying squirrels too. They're like the cutest thing ever. Like they've got like big old black eyes, and they're like fluffy white critters, but like they can jump from tree to tree, and then they fly or something. Maybe I'll have to find like some Google images of like the flying squirrels too. I need to remember all of this stuff because I'm supposed to show you guys a picture of the spider and the squirrels. So I try to remember that. But yeah, those are like the probably craziest squirrels that I've seen here. I'm trying to think, is there any other animal that's like noteworthy here? Maybe the tanukis, because my friend, a different friend who lives in the States, did not know about tanukis or like what they were. And it's like they're like these little like raccoon dog things. Yeah, seriously, thank you though. Cause I can honestly say for a fact, like you guys are the reason that I like want to like stream or like make content or whatever, because like I've got like a really, really great community at this point. So I sincerely appreciate you. I do mean that. But yeah, my friend said she never heard of Tanuki before. And I might just like type the name of it if you want to look it up. Tanuki. I think that's how you spell it. And I think they're from like the canine family, something like that. I forget how it showed up when I looked them up. But those are another creature that I'd never seen before moving to Japan. And I don't know that much about them either. I've only seen them like in the wild here, maybe once. And I was just like, what the heck? It was like a family of them, at least two of them. And there's like warning signs like on the highways here that say like watch out for the raccoons or tanuki. It looks like a regular raccoon, but I think maybe it's tanuki. I don't know. I'll have to find a picture of the sign too. Sometimes when I record videos, like if I make like a vlog or something, then as I'm recording and I'm talking to the camera, I'll be like, maybe someone doesn't know what this is. And then I'll be like, oh, I'll add a picture of this, or I'll add a link for this or something. And then afterwards, I'm like, man, I said I was going to add so many links. I need to look all of these up. And I kind of end up making more work for myself. But But I think I am going to go get my laundry. I don't want to hold up the laundromat. And probably more importantly, when it comes to this stream, I'm getting a little bit tired. So I'm probably going to call it a night. I think probably this month, I'm going to try and stream more. I know, right? I think if you're able to do the laundry at your own house, it's a little bit better. But if you have to go someplace to do the laundry, but then I can't really complain because like I think a lot of people here wash their laundry by hand and then hang it outside to dry, and I don't have the discipline for that. Mm-mm. I would just like throw it on the clothesline and be like, all right, it's done. And then the wind would blow it away, and then I have no underwear or something. Like I just don't have the discipline to do it. Or I'd leave it out there for like, I don't know, a month and it would like grow moss or something. I think they do. I think they do. And yes, I couldn't have said it better myself. I do think Japan is kind of like a combination between the future and the past. And I think when people watch content in like Tokyo and even Osaka, I think people think more about like the futuristic side of Japan. But like the countryside is like a big part of like what it is to be in Japan. It's part of Japan, you know? And I think a lot of people don't realize like Tokyo only represents a tiny, tiny, tiny part of Japan as a whole. Why are you kicking me? The towels on my clothesline have been there since May. See? That's what I'm saying. But girl, to be completely honest, if it was me, like the towels would probably have like decomposed and like become dirt already. Like if I tried to wash them, because I know, I'm not even kidding. I know that I would just forget them on the clothesline, or they would blow away, and then I wouldn't have them anymore. Which reminds me, I'm pretty sure I've never seen anybody litter in my neighborhood. I'm trying not to be tired. I'm sorry. I've never seen anybody litter, like intentionally throw trash on the ground. The only time I've seen behavior like that is in Tokyo, and the person or peoples that I've seen behave that way were not Japanese. I'm not saying that Japanese people never litter, but I've just not really seen. I don't think I've seen Japanese people littering. However, I think it could happen by accident, like someone could drop something or it could blow away. Um, but when it comes to throwing trash away, the trash is supposed to be sorted and all that. And if you don't sort the trash, you'll find that you'll get like a note on your trash saying like, "Oh, you didn't properly separate, I don't know, the plastic bottles from like the in Japan." Okay, here's an example. So when I'm done drinking this, the bottle itself goes out on one trash day. And this, the cap, the lid, and the wrapper goes out on a different day. So like if people throw everything away at the same time, they're going to get a note from like the city waste management or whoever does the trash and be like, "Hey, you combine the trash, like please remember that it's supposed to be sorted." Oh, oh no. That's kind of sad. In the US, I've honestly seen some really deplorable trash behavior. Like, I think most people know not to litter. Honestly, I don't really think there's an excuse for people littering. Now that I think about it, But I've seen somebody, the worst case of littering I've ever seen was in the US, and somebody had like their bag of trash, and I guess they didn't feel like throwing it away or whatever their issue was, so they pulled over to like the median whilst they were driving and put the trash out on the side of the road, which I think is just terrible behavior. The other trash behavior that I really hate, which is like not so much littering as the other one is, but still littering. I don't know. I think it's slightly less bad than the putting the whole trash out on the street corner. But when people chew their gum, like they're chewing gum, and then they stick it, like they've chewed their gum and then they stick it like under the desk or something, or on or someplace where other people could sit on it or like touch it or something. I don't get that behavior. I think it's really deplorable, and it makes places be like very gunky and sticky, and like the obviously over time the gum is gonna like attract dust and dirt, and so then it's gonna be just like black sticky goo. So like I would highly recommend, if you sit down someplace, to check before you sit in like really big cities. It depends on where you're at though, because I feel like when we lived in San Antonio, people were pretty disciplined for the most part about cleaning up their trash after them. You said there's plenty of that in Australia? Yeah, that's really sad. I think I think probably in San Antonio, I think someone would call another person out, possibly. But I feel like Phoenix, Arizona was like there was a lot more just like I'm gonna do whatever. But yeah, I think maybe when it comes to trash here in Japan, one of the things I would love to do that I haven't really figured out how I would do it. I'm sure there's a way I can look it up online. But so far I've not been able to do this, but I would like to participate in like a beach cleanup in my area, because I've noticed like there's kind of a large amount of trash that I'm seeing on the beach. We had a barbecue. Me and my husband and some friends had a barbecue out here at the beach, and we noticed that somebody had thrown again like an entire bag of trash on the beach. I don't know who did it. Like we didn't see who did it. But one of our friends like took the bag of trash and threw it away and all that. So like everyone did their best to like clean up what was like within our area or whatever, but the fact that somebody had the audacity to leave the trash there is really sad, especially because like the beaches here are really really beautiful. um if you don't have context for what I'm saying when I say the beaches in Japan are really really beautiful, I recommend going to my YouTube channel and look up the video. I bet you've never seen this. I bet you never heard of this island before. Um, and it's like a really, really beautiful island in Japan called Jogashima, and that place is so pretty. Like they have like really dark blackish colored sand there, and just beautiful coastal views. And yes, 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 yes. Years and years ago, when I lived in Okinawa, I used to do that. I used to do that. And so we had like a group of people that would go and clean up the trash together. And we would try and compete. And it was usually it was mainly U.S. military that was doing it, but sometimes the local community would get involved too. So it'd be a big group of like maybe 20 to 30 people that were cleaning up the beaches. And the beaches in Okinawa are really lovely. Like the water is very like clear, and like I think they do a really great job of keeping everything clean. But it was nice to like have everybody invested in making sure that we did the best job possible to keep it clean. And I would love to see more of that in my community. And I feel like it's one of those things where, like, one, there's probably somebody who already is either doing it or has already thought of it. But I just don't know who they are or how to get in touch with them. Or two, um, since I've noticed there's a problem, I could just take it upon myself to, help be part of the solution. The only thing that I think is holding me back a little bit is is that if I was cleaning up the trash on the beach, there's no guarantee what kind of trash I would, pull from the ocean. It would just be a mixture. So I would want to make sure that I'd be able to dispose it. I wouldn't want to just like grab it all up and then have nowhere to put it. I would need to be able to put it someplace. And I think just storing it around my house could get really, really smelly. Like to try and wait for each day of the week. But I'm sure there's a way. And if I talked to the right person, somebody, would have a solution. Maybe the city waste department would, I don't know, like help us sort. I don't know. It's something I'd have to look into. But it's something I would definitely want to do. Yep. Well, I feel like this has been a very fun hangout. I really should go get my laundry. It's actually been really, really fun to like, talk and learn, especially because it's Chips. Like, there's so many things that you've told me about Australia that I'm gonna have to like go like mentally review and like think about, because like it's not like anything I've ever thought of. Even today, earlier, I was like, man, it's like winter time in Australia. That is like so difficult to imagine because it's like a scorching hot summer here. So, yeah, you've given me a lot of things to think about. And for everybody who's like hanging out, but you're not really commenting, I appreciate you for being part of the live stream. As always, feel free to join anytime. You learned about raccoons. Okay. Other thing is I have to go on a mission now to try and find one of the squirrels here that's barking or growling. So I'll report back when I successfully accomplish that. I think it's going to be kind of hard, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and catch one of them in action. But in the meantime, I'm going to go get my laundry and then I'm going to go to bed. So I wish you all good night or good morning if you are tuning in from someplace where it's not nighttime. And I will see you all later, especially it's Chips. Take care, my friend. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.